So the first thing is you have to have your niyyah. Your niyyah has to be sincere about building. Instead of you just trying to kind of start a business or build something for the sake of you getting like rich or you being some celebrity or something, that's not how the Muslim should think about it, because the Muslim understands that the rizq is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whether you work as an employee, whether you do a business, whatever you do, rizq is from Allah. You put the effort in. So once you understand that, then what you do is that you make your niyyah to contribute to the Muslim community in the best way possible within your capacity. And that's where we start. And you don't really need for a business to have a million ideas. You first need the niyyah. You need to basically say, I want to contribute in this way. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open the different ways for you. And that's when we go to the ideas, right? Now, when it comes to an idea, a business idea, first of all, we just literally 10 minutes earlier, we saw about 20, 30 ideas that we could literally like work on. Like we need a search engine, we need social media, we need this, we need that. Literally they're like, we need everything. Like Muslims saying we don't have like business ideas, it's ludicrous when we literally need everything. But on top of that, another way to think about it is not only what we need, but what am I good at, right? What am I good at? Because if you're not good at something, you shouldn't just pursue it, unless you're the only person that can actually do it. So if you are, and you can actually take professions quite often to businesses. You are an accountant, open an accounting firm, become independent. You are a marketer, open a marketing firm. You are a consultant, open a consulting firm. You're a doctor at a big hospital, open a small Muslim hospital. This is how you start basically. You can start from what you know and you go from there. This was very interesting. Like I was listening to the biography of Shaykh Al-Albani, and he had in the 90s, he had recommended to the University of Medina to actually have a trade school that would teach these students of knowledge. It would teach them trade so that they can become independent and they don't have to rely on these jobs. Because he realized that it's very important that not only the rest of the Muslimin, but even the students of knowledge need to learn. After that, after you figure out a service or a product, then it becomes marketing. And a lot of people put taboo into marketing, especially in the Muslim community. And there is a right to it. There is a reason to it, because it has been manipulated. People have lied. People have manipulated the minds of people. But ultimately, what marketing is really is just letting people know, and letting as many people know and communicating the value of your product or service. That's really what it boils down to. You have a thing that you do. You can teach. You can let people know about that. And as long as you don't lie, as long as you don't deceive people, and you just tell the truth, that's really what people appreciate. And even if in common sense, right? Like if you have an honest merchant, if you have an honest business person, and he's telling you the truth, you're gonna appreciate it. Even the non-Muslims started to understand that with all of their transparency policies, with all of the consumer protections, with everything. They realize that a brand or a company that says the truth is actually going to be more favorable in the long term. So marketing is not something to shy about. It's really just the ability to let people know. It's the ability to be honest with them, and it's the ability to figure out the right target audience and give them the right message. And we'll just give like one example of marketing, how to connect the audience with the product. So if you went to a beach and you tried to sell hot tea, what do you guys think? Will it sell or no? What do we have in here? We have a scenario where you are selling the wrong product to the wrong people at the wrong time. So marketing is about finding the right product finding the right product, selling it to the right people at the right time. Or for example, think about a mechanic shop reaching you, calling you when your car is running fine. Like, that's not gonna do anything. But if he calls you when your car is broken, that's a whole different thing. So marketing is really connecting the dots between like the time, the place, and the audience. The final thing, after people get to know about your product or service and they get to trust you, then it's the selling part of it. And the selling has rules, both in Islam, but even like from a common sense perspective, right? If you don't give the product to people, if you don't ask people if you don't tell them that you're selling and you're like shy, imagine like a lot of people like are like, oh, but I cannot sell, I've never sold, I cannot do this. Well, if I'm like hiding behind like my desk and I have something to sell, is anybody gonna buy it if I'm hiding behind? No, nobody's gonna buy it. I have to put it in front and I have to be able to tell people that I'm selling it. And then when they come, I shouldn't be shy of telling that I'm selling it because they may need it. If they need that product, it's gonna benefit them. And if they don't need, we go back to the target audience. We're targeting the wrong people. Finally, once we have sold, we have to deliver that product or we have to deliver that service. So that's the final thing that we have to provide. And if our initial promise during marketing and during sales does not match with what we gave, then we're being dishonest, right? So Prophet Muhammad one time went to the market and people were selling fruits and all of that, and he put his hand in one of the buckets. And what he saw, and he pulled it up, and what he saw was rotten, some fruit or some vegetables or something. And he asked, what is this, he said. Because what was happening in there is that they were putting the most beautiful ones at the top and the rotten ones in the bottom. And Prophet Muhammad said that this is one who cheats is not one of us. Right? And in these cases, when Prophet Muhammad says one who cheats is not one of us, it doesn't mean that he's not Muslim. It just means that this is not a behavior that a Muslim does, and obviously it's a sin. So from there we see that the promise, if you are deceiving people, what's going to happen is when the delivery happens, when he gets that bucket of 1 pound or 2 pound or whatever, when he gets that bucket, he's going to see it. And when he sees it, he's going to be disappointed by you. And this creates both, from Muslims, if you're selling to Muslims, it creates a hatred among the brothers. That's why you never deceive. But if they provide all of the defects, Prophet Muhammad said that if you show all of the defects of your product, Allah will bless that sale. And there are narrations of some of the Sahaba that there was one Sahabi that keep talking so bad about his product that people would say he's never going to sell it. And subhanAllah, he was the one that would sell the most. So being transparent and being honest is one of the things that the Muslim entrepreneurs and business people need to do.